Select the broadcast and start streaming. I'm just gonna see when the stream starts, and I'm gonna keep saying a bunch of words. Let's see if it works. Ba-da-da-da-da. There we go. Stream seems to be up and running. Hello. How are we doing? It is time for a stream that hopefully goes quite well. I've tried to up the bitrate since last time. Because the streaming software kept screaming at me and saying, no, this bitrate is not big enough, which was very, very, very fun to deal with. So the plan for the stream today is pretty simple. We're near the end of the transfer window, which means it is very, very nearly transfer deadline day. What does that mean for us? Well, it could mean a few things. It could mean that we're about to make a hell of a lot of money, because we might end up having to sell a bunch of players, but we might get replacements in that are completely fine. It could also mean that we completely ruin the squad, breaking everything for the entire rest of the save. Neither of those are good. Well, one of them's good. Making a lot of money is very, very good. If anyone is about, by the way, please let me know how the stream is looking right now. I'm just going to quickly wang in Discord the fact that we're up and running. Hey everyone, just move the mic. Stream up and running. It's deadline day, so your final chance to ruin my squad. Pop in, it's a great time. Bosh. Send that now. There we go. So, yeah, a little bit of a rundown of what happened last time. What did happen last time? Check out the transfers. We got a couple of players in. So, transfer history. We signed Ian Matson in the last stream, which was, I think, our only signing from that stream. But that was completely fine because we are towards the very, very end of the window. Sold Jan Paveda for a £1.7 million profit. Was it profit? I mean, it is profit because we bought Paveda for less than that. I can't remember specifically how much, but it was not more than that. We also hired a hell of a lot of staff members. I will see if I can take a look at specifically who, but plenty of them. For example, the under-21s was completely empty until we hired a bunch of coaches. Very few staff members on the medical staff until we picked them up. Under-18 staff as well is now above average coaching, whereas previously there were about 3 coaches dealing with all of our under-18s. Fixed it, which means that we are up and going and not completely screwed anymore in terms of our youth team, which is always a very, very good start. Why is my stream saying it is broken? Very fun. Because it switched account on me. Okay, that's fine. Content live into the live dashboard. There we go. That's a little bit better. Everything seems to be loading through now. Onto the analytics. We are cushy. So, the plan is to, if I'm going to check out the schedule, go through deadline day, which is about here. In fact, I'm going to go calendar mode. Go through deadline day, which is tomorrow, the day after the day that we are at. Seems to be working fine. Thank you very much, Einar. Very good to know. Otherwise, I would be absolutely terrified. Yeah, deal with deadline day. Under 21's match that isn't going to matter too much. Definitely do the Sheffield Wednesday match afterwards because it's very, very shortly after, and I sort of want to see if any new signings are any good and the difference that they make. Maybe do the... Sorry, yeah, that's the end of that month. Go through the international break and perhaps do Millwall. We'll see how we're going. So, first up, I'm going to take you on a quick adventure through the squad planner and look at where we do and don't have much depth. I don't know what that's doing. Oh dear, our fullbacks for next season are Rasmus Christensen and Cody Drameh. That's not very good. And our left backs are Max Vuber, Pascal Struijk, and Leo Hjelde. That seems like a problem for not right now, though. That seems like something that we will deal with as we go. Let's check out the depth chart, though. So we've got a bunch of players that can play at left back. Nicolas Fernandes-Macau, again, very, very good at what he does. Left centre back is probably going to be Struijk with Rodon next to him. Right back for now is looking like Ayling, but I feel like Spence will take over from that. Goalkeeper, obviously, Meslier. Plenty of midfield options, so I don't think we need reinforcements there. We're potentially at risk of losing a couple of wingers, which is something that we need to be aware of as we go. Somerville and James going could be an issue, but it seems like similar teams that want them both. So Valencia are after both of them. Jesse Lingard, I love that I just had for a few minutes on trial, and he's like, no, I'm part of the squad planner now. No, you're not. McGurk is also sort of wanted, but only by Cambridge. Centre forwards, Pirou, Rutter, Bamford should do the job. Occasionally we might have to dip into Joffy, but I don't see that being an issue. Let's continue and see where we end up. I think we prepare for having a hell of a lot of possession against Sheffield Wednesday. They're not going to do too much against us. And I like sorting the attacking set pieces. Because the more goals we can score from set pieces, the less we have to in open play. As always, this is going to be a very, very pull-heavy sort of stream. So I've got chat over here. I will occasionally be typing over here because I trust you guys to make a lot of the decisions, including do we sell a player, do we keep a player, who do we pick for the first 11, stuff like that. It is taking a lot of time to tick over. Why do we have £87 million and why is not more of that in my transfer kitty? Main income is players sold 23 million. Have I sold 23 million pounds of players? I can only remember selling Firpo. Quiet deadline day expected. We're expected to move for Hamza Chowdhury for 9.75 million. If we look at our transfer budget, we've got 4.5. That one isn't going to happen, I don't think. Kyle Walker-Peters might go to Crystal Palace, and Bournemouth are looking at Wilfred Ndidi. Transfer deadline today. We are still rumoured to be interested in Jack Clark, although we still don't have the money for Jack Clark. Charlie Taylor for 5.5 million too seems to be a potential one, but we don't need a left back at the minute, so sod it. It's the outgoings that scare me. I think there's going to be a couple of players that have moves for them, including Struijk having interest from Wolves. So let's check the inbox. Sheffield Wednesday. I don't think we'll play that 4-3-3. I think we'll go back to the nice 4-2-3-1 that seems to be working fairly consistently for us. So back to tactics. Whack Groove up there because he's likely not going to play. This is seen as our best side, and I can't disagree with it too much, except I sort of prefer Pirou here as the shadow striker with Rutter up top. But we will make that decision as a group soon. Please don't let Palace, Newcastle or Tottenham make a move for Rutter, because it's going to be very, very hard to hold on to him. Leeds favourites for Sheffield Wednesday. We're coming in at 5-6. Sheffield Wednesday 3-1. That I cannot complain about in the slightest. Andy Hughes has singled out Diogo Roland as the Sheffield Wednesday player to watch, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. Let's dive in head first. No agents have players that are interested in joining us, which is an absolute pain. Are we to expect any movement with Pascal Struijk before the window slams shut? I don't think so. I think we managed to retain him. I'll be surprised. No. I'll say we can't say either way, because if a deal comes in for something like £18 million, it's going to be very, very hard for us to keep hold. Yeah, that would be a problem. Lautaro Blanco wants to see what moves are available, but not us, because we do not need a left back. Please stop looking at left backs. All of the agents think that we want a left back. Is there something in our scouting that's like suggesting that as a recruitment focus? No, there's just the centre back focus I did a while ago, which I think is still in progress. Sebastian, Vegas, and Alvaro are the only ones that have popped up so far, and even then it's not succeeded because I'm looking for centre backs that are better than the ones we already have, and none of them are popping up. It seems that are interested in a move. Under 18's fixture clash, don't care about that too much. Championship registration window closes tonight, along with the transfer window, which isn't too much of an issue. Sheffield Wednesday opposition report. How do they play? They were under a lot of pressure in their last match. The goal scoring numbers are huge outliers. What are they doing? Sheffield Wednesday. Oh dear. Is their goals per game 0? Have they not scored? Hang on. No shot have they not scored a single goal this season. 0, 1 and 3 with scheduling. I want to look at their matches so far. Sheffield Wednesday. Oh my god, they've genuinely not scored aside from losing to us in the Carabao Cup. Okay, that should be better. Under 23s versus Hertha Berlin. Van den Heuvel, Moore, Hilde, Montero, Mullen. Decent backline. Lewis Bate in midfield with, I'm assuming, JB. Seb Carroll will play on the wing. Joseph and McGurk will probably play behind Allen. We're in a weird spot with the 21s, I think, because I feel like all of the good 21s are in the first team now, which means that we might have to do a little bit more recruitment with them. But then again, I've not really had a chance to watch them that much, so who knows? How are you doing, by the way, Russ? Hopefully very well. Important days in September. That's a lot of football that needs to be played. Barnsley make an approach for McGurk, and they want to make him a regular starter. Fantastic. He's on the loan list for a good reason. Can you make him an important player? Absolutely. You can have him. Jorginho Ritter wins Young Player of the Month. That is wonderful. Beating Casey McAteer and Kamaldeen Sulemana. I didn't know he'd scored 3, and I didn't know he'd gotten 3 assists. That is a banging start, and the goal of the month, not one of us, but Nicolas Fernandez-Macau with his absolute banger, when I was quite surprised that he was allowed to do that in the last episode. I'm pretty good, Russ, thanks. Wedding next Monday, which is getting spookily close, but I'm very much looking forward to it. Second best manager of the month, we will beat you, Russell Martin. You will slip up, and I will be ready for it. 12 hours to go in the transfer window, and I don't know whether we make a move. Speculation persists that Lewis Bate could be leaving Elland Road, with interest from at least one club reported. Can we expect any movement? Maybe. There's interest, and we've had some discussions with different clubs about how to approach things, and we might well see him leave. I think that's a good way of doing it. I think if he goes on loan, it's not a problem. If he goes for a fee, we could probably get a fair amount for him. It's going to be a tough one. Adozi is unhappy with the agreed playing time, but he's too expensive. And Iheanacho is considering leaving club, but he is also too expensive. I feel like this doesn't quite understand my budget. A lot of Leicester players are trying to force a move, which is a tad interesting. Tells me that they could be in a little bit more trouble than they expect. Probably not Albert Ellis at Bordeaux. Iago, we don't need a left back. Basic I'll keep around on the list because those are some very nice stats for the Championship. And at 700k, it's quite hard to turn down. McGurk to Barnsley, I do not have a single problem with that. Purely because I feel like it just sort of makes sense. Dan James is still wanted by Wolves and Celtic. Ritter, Palace, Newcastle, Spurs is a little bit spooky. Apparently Newcastle lack the financial power to get Ritter, which is a very weird one. He'd go to Palace to be in the first 11 and would go to Spurs to provide helpful depth and cover. Or he would go to neither. This is where I'm going to have to use polls because I don't know whether it would be right for me to try and hold on to Ritter if a big enough offer comes in. So I'll be relying on you guys to help make that decision. Inbox, agent offers summary. Samuel Ladozi is Not playing much football, but I can see why, because his crossing is not very good for someone who is apparently his best position as a winger. 19 plays for international duty. Reimer in positive mood. That's nice. Is Gelhardt likely to leave the club on loan? It's a very big question. And that, I think, is going to be my very first poll of the episode. Poll will be, does McGurk, not McGurk, got McGurk on the mind, Gelhardt go out on loan? Yes or no? Very simple. Always obey the chat when it comes to this sort of thing. Joffy, I feel, could do with the development. And immediately chat is saying yes. So I am going to... Do we do permanent? I don't know. That could be an interesting way of going about things. We'll loan list him, at the very least, and see if there is any interest, because apparently there isn't at the minute, which is a little bit not good. But the moment it pops up, we'll find out. Harry Souttar is very interesting. He's someone that I was looking at potentially maybe signing in the last episode because he's got like really good personality and would fit in quite well as a mentor into the system. So if I were to sign Souttar, that would be a very good spot for him. And he's wanted by various clubs, but do Leicester want to let go? Thanks for sending through information on his availability. I want to get in touch to discuss the matter further. They're between 8 and 12 million. That is 8 and 12 million pounds that I do not have at the minute, which is a problem. The demands laid out seem feasible and realistic, but they don't because I can't sign him permanently. Or can I? I could. 35k a week, sorry, not month. And they would want a decent amount of playtime. But how does he compare to our other players? So compare him to Coops. He's not much better, he's only better in the air. I think probably not. Loan offers for Gelhardt. Right, so this is where things get tricky. It's going to have to be another quick poll. Because whether or not we loan him out, the answer was yes. Issue is, we got two choices. Derby and Reading are both offering a good amount of playtime. However, Derby are offering more money, whereas Reading are not. Poor but good for the soul. So do we give him to Derby for the season, or do we give him to Reading for the season? Because Reading would give us less cash, but then again, we don't have to give him to Derby. Whereas Derby is Derby. For now, I'll wait. I'll wait and see. Hopefully, they don't. Chat seems to be saying Derby for the dollar. I can't disagree too hard. I'm going to go Derby. I'm going to say no to Reading. If he's getting plenty of football, then he's going to develop a bit. If he develops a bit, we are completely fine. Gelhardt set to go on loan. That is very quickly agreed. Let's compile match reports and accept. It's only taken 5k off the wage bill. And if I check out the deadline day tab, are there any A+ players that are genuinely trying to force a move? Andre Gomez is free to coming, but he would cost 80 to 97,000 pounds a week. Yeah, I want to say no to that one. That is obscenely expensive. Ricardo Pereira, and those are the ones that I saw earlier on, so that doesn't matter too much. Skip. I wish there was a way of just deleting all these at once. So who's attracting interest? Reter is still attracting interest. Stroke is still attracting interest, as is Dan James. Somerville isn't. funnily enough, which throws me a little bit. I'm just trying to work out where the squad is weak at the minute, because I feel like there's probably something that I'm missing. Got a bunch of recommendations in the scouting centre, including Carlos Baleba, but he's not for sale, so I don't see why I'm being recommended him. Simon Adingra has an offer from Leicester. This is very, very loan listed. Would Ronaldo Vieira be good? That is a very good question. So I'm going to check in a second. I'm just going to give this a very quick skim to see if there's anyone that, in terms of rollability, would be good enough for us at the minute. Pape Matar is interesting. He's a very good footballer. I don't know what they charge in terms of wages, though. Would Ronaldo Vieira be good? We will have a quick search. Currently at Sampdoria. Those are not good numbers. 11s, 12s and 13s where it matters tells me that at best he'd be a backup on probably more than that because he'd have to move. So 20k a week on a backup when we could get Pape Matar for 30 at most feels like it wouldn't be the best of investments. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see what Spurs think about a loan. Would require a monthly fee of 150k to allow him to go on loan. That's a little bit more than if we're paying weekly wages for him. And I also don't play with a deep line playmaker, so I'd want to adjust it to that and see if I can get that down to 100k. Because if I can, I think that's worthwhile. Never mind. Can I get you down to 120? Please? No, 150 and 10%. So this is going to be another question for the chat, I think. Start the poll. Pape Matar signing on loan? Question mark. Start poll. Gonna run that poll. Gonna see what we think. Personally, I think it's a good signing. Probably get minutes. And the chat seems to be in favour, which I think I'm going to agree with, actually. Seems like the right call. Yeah, I think he's a good deal. So we'll accept those demands and maybe delay the signing until the very end. Because I just want to double check something. If I check players in range. Worldwide scouting range, that's fine. We realised we couldn't get Makoko, didn't we? Was he the stupid expensive one? Yeah, we're never getting Makoko on loan. Which is fine, so I'm going to see if there are any loan listed players that are interested in a move and quite good at football outside of Pape Matar. Give me big signing for brain activation. Pape Matar is a fairly big signing, to be fair. He's someone that is well above our level. Sergio Gomez I'd be interested in, but we already have a left back on loan. And I love that I'm just competing with Leicester over most of these signings. Now the question is, who else is probably a good loan deal that wants to come? Like Ekatike would be a good move, but he'd immediately leave again. And the faster people leave, the faster we get screwed. Sarah is the big name. I mean, it's only 4 letters, but it's long enough for me. Bradley Barcola is someone I've read quite a lot about, but is another winger or attacker, and that is not really what we need right now. Casey McAteer is looking for a move, but just got on from work. What have I missed? So, what you've missed so far, not too much. Not had any bids in for anyone except Joe Gelhart's gone out on loan. I can't remember if Lewis Bate went out on loan or we just listed him. I'll have a very quick look. Yeah, we just confirmed Gelhart leaving. McGurk is heading on loan to Barnsley. Scour City's Academy for loans. I'm very tempted to do that, to be fair. But would they not have popped up just a minute ago? And I don't know how many loans I'm allowed now, is a good point. So I'm going to, before I do that, nip into squad. Check the registration tab. And see what the rule is in terms of loans. It's not going to be there, is it? It's going to be in rules. In something like matchday squad. Match rules. The match squad must have no more than 5 loan players. It must have no more than 4 loan players from the same squad. Which is where I don't know if we will have some problems. I'm going to have a quick look at the squad and have a look at our loan players. Yeah, if we're talking being allowed 5 loan players in the matchday squad, Rodon, Spence, Maatsen, Palmer, Anthony already being in on loan. Do we get any more loanees if that's the case, or do we? Because Papa Matasar already wouldn't be able to fit. We'd have to leave one of these players out every match. Which makes sense when you got Palmer and Anthony that play the same position. This is starting to feel like a problem. And it's a good problem to have, having too many good loan players, but can I terminate any of these loans? I can, but Rodon is one of them I would be able to terminate. Maatsen has been very good for me. Palmer's been very good. Anthony's been very good. I don't know if I want to end any of these loans. So, the fact that I have been faced with a very difficult decision means one simple thing, as it always does, and it means it's not my decision to make. So, new poll is loan thoughts. Have 6, which means leave 1 out from every matchday squad, or stick with 5, which means terminate 1. I don't know which one, because it's a toughie. Because I'm happy with the squad that we've got, and the only players we can really bring in right now are on loan. I don't like that the first vote is stick with 5, terminate 1. Oh, it's a touch spooky. Have 6, leave 1 out seems to be the general gist at the moment. I'd like to force you to make tough termination decisions. If I did, would we be able to terminate Cole Palmer? Or even just send Cole Palmer to the under-23s? But the vote seems to say have 6 and leave 1 out. Can I terminate Palmer? I can't terminate Palmer anyway. Jaden Anthony, would I be able to terminate? Yes, but he has performed quite well so far. He's gotten 4 assists in competitive matches and 2 in non-competitive matches. Paul says, have 6, leave 1 out. I'm going to stick with the poll in that case. I agree with you guys. Papa Matasar is coming in, and we are just leaving someone out every single week. So our offer has been accepted. Still at risk of losing the likes of Retear, James and Stroke, but I hope we're not going to. That'd be a bit scary. Mangala has been listed by his club. He's caught the attention of several sides ready to place bids. Is Mangala good? I know he doesn't really play for Nottingham Forest, but no one plays for Nottingham Forest because they have far too many footballers. Hey man, Welsh youngsters. Oh, I remember now. I was going to look at Welsh youngsters. Players in range. Let's have a look then. Sadly, we can only really look at Welsh youngsters on a permanent deal, which is an extra big challenge that we'll have to deal with. So if I limit age to 21, I think that counts as youngsters. No problem. It's all good. You've just joined, but it was a good reminder to get. General. Let's go to... Is it nation of birth or is it just nationality? Nation of birth, we'll have to make sure that you're born in Snowdonia in order to join the side. If you're not, then I will have you shot by Dan James for not being properly Welsh. Wales. Wales under 21s. There's not a lot, I'll be honest with you. I admit we are trying to build a small military using our Welsh players, but I don't know if Wales has too many wonder kids floating about at the minute. Chris Popov is an 18-year-old winger, so that might be okay. This would be so much easier if I had the editor, because then I could check out the potential ability of all of them. But alas, here we are. James would miss anyway. Right, that is cruel. James would trip up and help Joe Rodon pull the trigger on his gun. He'd get the assist on murdering the fake Welshman. Sounds about right. Players, scouted players. How are we feeling on scouted Welshmen? I don't think we'll have that many because we've only got 411 scouted players in total. Not the gold mine I hope for. No, there's about 10 of them, and none of them are very good. Nation of birth is a long scroll. Why did you have to pick the one that begins with W? Benkabango is looking like the highest recommended player on the list. And yeah, it's not ideal, is it? Maybe Danny Ward, if we're feeling super desperate. But it doesn't look like that is going to happen. I'm just going to check scouted players in general, though, just to see what the most recommended players are. Preferably that fall within our budget, which is £4.5 million, which is not good. Transfer. Right. Where's value? Transfer value. We've got a 5. We'll say we can push it to £5 million. Highest recommended is Harry Darling. He's at Swansea, which is that basically the same as being Welsh? Maybe. It's a tough argument to make that people that live in Swansea are all Welsh. But there might be something to it. Mustafa Cisse said he was looking for a move a minute ago. Although, by the looks of it, he would just be a not very good forward. Maybe for the under-21s, but I don't think so. David Ospina is being recommended, because for some reason Al Nassr have put him on the transfer list. Who have Al Nassr signed in goal to replace Ospina? No one. They just don't want Ospina anymore and are replacing him with a Saudi goalkeeper. I mean, if you like, go for it. Al Nassr are weird in this game. I have a background save where I've decided to see if I can do Chelsea better than Chelsea can. Surprisingly easy. But the Saudis just buy everyone, and there's not much you can do about it. Francisco de Costa, are you any good? You're a 4-star player, a complete forward. Decent enough finishing. But it's not worked out. Alright, I'm going to skip another hour. I'm going to see what pops up. Monthly board, performance review, a C+. Sorry, right. Go home. C+. I've not lost yet in League or Cup. I skipped all the friendlies, but I didn't lose any of them either. And it's a C+. What do you want from me? Parag, please. Satisfied with the progress made towards the club's vision, which is to work within the wage budget and sign players to sell for a profit. That probably means sign Wonder Kids. But I don't know who the Wonder Kids are in this game yet. Still have some room in your squad. Can we expect you to add to it today? I don't know yet. It's really, really hard to say. If we can add numbers in the right way, go for it. And in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be cheeky. I'm going to go to Club Vision. I'm going to make a board request. And I'm going to see if they want to give me a little bit more... Never mind. I'll ask for some more youth coaching budget and... Will it be networking? No. And youth recruitment, because they've told me to improve the youth recruitment in the long term, work towards developing the best youth system in the country. So let's give it a go. And I want to see if you can give me more transfer budget as well. Naipan is one to look out for. I will give that a look in a moment. I'm just going to skip another hour just to see if these requests come through or if the board hates me. Pape Matassar's been added to the squad and has taken £4.6 million off my budget because of the monthly fees. That's fine. That's completely fine. Having been linked with Max Allain throughout this transfer window, will you finally get a deal done? This is one where I ask Brendan in the chat what he thinks about Max Allain. Because I've never heard of him. And we've not been scouting him. And we've not been looking at him. Is he any good? This guy's wily and not to be trusted as well. So I think I will leave that in the hands of Brendan, see if he's any good. And in the meantime, I'm going to check out Naipan. Is that Sverhalseth Naipan I'm looking for? Because he's the only Naipan I can see. Unfortunately, due to broadcast restrictions, under 21s versus Hertha Berlin is no longer on LUTV. Why? Why not? I don't even know who that is, and I try to follow the youth team where I can. Right, I think in that case, we do not care about Max Allain. I am interested in Naipan though. Because if he's already 2.5 stars, he'll have a lot of room to develop as well. So I'm going to make the move. Also, on that note, Brendan, is there anyone in the City squad that you would say, yeah, actually, thinking about it, I'd try him? Because if so, just let me know. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, oh dear, viewers will experience buffering. That's not good. If you guys could let me know if you're dealing with buffering and stuff, please do. Endrick is completely unsignable in this version of FM, which is a big problem because he signed a pre-agreement with Real Madrid a couple of seasons ago. I'm going to do a poll, I think. I'm just going to say Naipan, because I think Naipan looks like a very, very good player. And I think that he could arguably make a bit of a difference for us going forwards in the long term. And I'm a bit scared that he gets signed by someone else if we didn't try and sign him. So I think the sooner we jump on him, the better. It seems fairly unanimous in the chat as well. That is the fastest I have seen the chat agree on anything, which is a miracle because it's my chat. 16-year-old 2-footed absolute dream. Is he 2-footed as well? Preferred for either magical. Probably too expensive, but Harwood Bell is still up if he's not already loaned in game. Cakey may also be on loan. I think everyone that is already loaned in real life is loaned in the game because the database was completely up to date when I started playing. I'm going to ask the agent about his availability before anything else. Wilson Esbrand, maybe. I'll add those to a shortlist and see for the future. Wouldn't be interested in joining Leeds. It doesn't feel that joining Leeds is the right move for his development. That's because he's a child. I'm going to whack him on the shortlist indefinitely. And he is, I think, going to be one that we keep an eye on in the long term. Can't loan him until he's 18 either. And he has a hell of a lot of, what's the word? Work permit issues. 4 to 7.6 million as well. Is there a way that I could sign him in the future? I want to change that. I want to... No. I want it when he's 18. When is he 18? I mean, even 17, I think I can sign him. December. is looking like when I'll be able to sign this guy. Right, he's on the shortlist. Manchester City, I'm going to delve into your 21s. And Howard Bellis wouldn't be too expensive, but he's already at Southampton. However, he can go on the shortlist. Who else was listed? Wilson Esperand was listed. Delap was listed. Keiki was listed. Half of those players I cannot find right now. Doyle, Liam Delap. I'm going to check the add to the shortlist. Esbrand, Delap. I hadn't added Esbrand, had I? No, shortlist for a year. Marcos Leonardo is always really good, but I feel like he's a little bit above us. I'm at the point where I'm just desperately hunting for wonder kids. He's too expensive as well. And I think if I asked his agent, he wouldn't be interested. We need to be promoted. He would be interested in a loan instead. However, loans are not things that we can work with, which is a slight problem right now. I'm just going to do a very quick Google as well and see what pops up in terms of Football Manager and some of the better wonder kids that are available in FM24. Because it's a toughie. I really want to add to sort of the depth that we have in the squad without throwing too much money at players, especially the 21s. The 21s don't have that many players right now. If they've not been generous with Rico Lewis, he could be one for down the road. Let's have a quick look. Rico Lewis. They've not been the kindest, although 3.5-star wingback, 64 million quid. Yeah, I think it's because all of his mental stats are really good and his physical stats are also very, very nice. Which is a problem, I think. Huh. Right. You see, I've got a nice Wonder Kids list. However, it doesn't sort by price, which is a pain. Right, head to inbox. Let's see if we've got any progress. We have signed Sarr. Gray is developing concerns. Something getting him down. It might be to do with Pape Matasar's arrival. I don't think Archie is expecting anything from me at the moment, but it might be worth having a word. If he thinks Pape Matasar is going to hurt the amount of minutes he's getting, fair enough. Like, I understand his argument. Concerned that my playing time might be under threat following the arrival of Pape Matasar, which could be an issue. Yeah, if someone in the chat could quickly search for FM Wonder Kids, so especially in England, that would be massively appreciated. Just so we can pick up some youth players, maybe blend them in. Might be worth a search on Norway, always a couple of gems. Nipam, one of a few, plus a nice Norwegian connection. Historically with Leeds, yeah, before the window closes, the idea is to get a couple of wonder kids in. It's just identifying them, because 16-year-olds are not going to come, because they don't tend to move overseas in Football Manager. If you want to ensure he doesn't take your spot, you'll need to prove you deserve it more than him. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. You can just keep your playing time. If you don't want any targets, sod it. Why not? Recruitment focus. I'm going to make a new one. I'm going to create a recruitment focus. Any position from any tactic. Why not? Minimum current ability does not matter, but I would like minimum potential of 3.5 stars. And we are exclusively looking at children. Wonder Kids. And I will see how good my scouts are. It's top priority. Going to assign Craig Dean, Gabby Ruiz, all my best scouts basically, Steve Hitchin, and why not Simon Jones as well. Confirm. Assigned analysts. I don't have many good ones. Tom Gardner, Toon De Vries, Anna Dugby, and Onyx Chelador. Thank you. include results found in other recruitment searches as well. Fandabidozy, and it doesn't look like it's for a limited amount of time, which is not a problem for me. So, back to home. Continue. We've got 6 hours left of the window. And I am going to close a lot of these because they're not very good. I'm only going to keep the ones that have an A at the start of them, because they are the ones that provide probably the best opportunities for me. Dennis Mann, Patrick Roberts, Meerdink, and Malsa. Adam Wharton. I'll have a look at Adam Wharton. A lot of these players, however, are potentially 10 to 15 million pounds, and he's wanted by everybody. Okay. I mean, I can ask his agent. Keen on signing him. Would expect to provide competition for places and earn plenty of playing time over the course of a season. Would want between 26 and 35k a week, and would want a contract for 4 years. Right, Brendan, behave. I've got some concerns, mainly about the fee, because I know I can't match that fee. It'd have to be one that I pay maybe on promotion, unless we've got 40k in the wage budget. He wants 30. If I take 10k off it, ish, £3.5 million. Oh, good. Bergvall and Gulliksen. Right, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this guy to the shortlist. He's on the shortlist because I tried to make an offer, so that's fine. How old are you? 19, reasonable winger. Could be £7 million, so maybe not. Solomana is too expensive. Francisco de Costa, I had a look at you a moment ago. You're quite old though. Brian Cortez. Oh, nice little hiccup there. 28. Contracted to Colo Colo. Does he replace Melier? Probably not. Mustafa Cisse, had a look and didn't think was good enough. And Mangala is not available for a transfer because he is now loaned to Leicester, joining permanently in a year. Right. Annoying. I'll check Bergvall. Who is... That's promising. Stamina is awful. Balance isn't good. But I think he can develop. Oh, it's Birchall, not Bergvall. Hold on. Bergvall. Bergvall doesn't exist, which is good. It might be that I've not got a big enough... what's the word? Database loaded. Gulliksen is interesting. Gulliksen I quite like the look of. So I'll ask the agent. We're keen. We're not very keen. Has only just joined his new club. But is willing to have another chat in the future depending on how well he settles. This search for Wonder Kids is not working out, is it? Oh, hello. This could be an interesting change of events. Jamie Shackleton. I don't want to go out on loan because I need a bit of money. Although he's loan listed. $1.4 to make it permanent with 1.7 million in installments. That's 3.2. Do you reckon I can negotiate 5? I can't negotiate 5. Shit. If that... Confirm the signing of Cole Palmer during the window. Can he have an impact during the rest of the season? I mean, he's already done all right. He's scored 2 in 3. It's not really an issue, is it? Oh, this is getting frustrating now. Martin Wittig is considering changing clubs. Is he good? 2.5 and he's 20 years old. It's not bad at all for a centre-back. But now we have the Shackleton issue. Or I want to see if I can move him permanently. Client has interest from somewhere else, but they need to raise funds. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to list him. And if he doesn't like it, he doesn't like it. 3.9 million the game thinks we can get for him. Unhappy because he doesn't want to leave the club and would prefer to stay. Discuss the issue with him. Right, which of these many options is you're not going to play this season anyway, so it doesn't matter? With so many options in your position, I really do struggle to find a place for you. I want to stay and prove my worth. Let me do it. I do like Shackleton. And I sort of want to see if he can prove himself. It's not an easy one for him. Like, to be fair. I'd rather avoid confrontation. Sod it. He can stay. We'll see how it goes. I think there's going to be 2 hours. Not long. To make a move stick. So I'm going to start getting rid of all the B minuses again. I can hear an ice cream van and it's very tempting. Right, Martin Wittig I was interested in. But it doesn't look like he'll want to come permanently, which is completely fine. Don't mind that. Patson Daka, Leicester will not loan to me. I'm convinced, and I can't have any more loans anyway. So I'm going to strike Daka off the list. Wilhelmsen, 19-year-old centre forward. Decent bit of pace, decent bit of acceleration. No side preferences, not bad finishing. Let's compare him with someone already at the club, shall we? Preferably a centre forward. What's a fair comparison? Bamford isn't a fair comparison. Okay. He's better in the air, he's faster, his vision's only a little bit worse. Mental stuff isn't there yet, but then again he's 19. Technical isn't there and attacking isn't there, but then again he's 19. Wilhelmsen I'm going to keep. Zion Fleming is too expensive, as is Vertesen. And Dardai. Wittig isn't too expensive, but is interesting, I think. Louis Sibley is testing the waters for a move. 21 now, so he's not the young wonder kid he was. Same with Liam Thompson. So I'll ditch those. Khalil Fayad would probably be too expensive. Stuart Armstrong, for some reason, might want to move here, but I can't afford those wages. Or the transfer fee. He'd be good, but I'm already full of midfielders as well. And Jake Batty, I've never heard of you, and I have left backs already. So, I'm going to do another poll then, because I am quite interested by one of these players. I want to see what you guys think about Wilhelmsen. Because I think a 19-year-old striker, left-footed, but with promising stats, could be worth a go. Who else is he wanted by? Leverkusen and Atalanta. So, Wilhelmsen? This is where I completely rely on the chat. Because we don't have much money to make moves. So the moves we make have to be the right ones. I wonder what like the younger players that we have scouted are. I'm going to do, I'm going to go to Scouter players, edit search, ditch that, but I want to see low to high. On the Wonder Kid list, Emran Soglo. 4 votes, all yes for Wilhelmsen. Sod it, we do Wilhelmsen. There's a lot of these players that I think could genuinely be quite good, whilst still fitting into the develop Wonder Kids idea. Because I've been specifically ordered by the board to do, youngsters that will develop into profit. Yes, but money for January. It's a good point, money for January. But do I need the money in January? Because I'll also probably sell players in January. By that point, it'll be easier to move the players that are still out on loan. I'll make an offer. I'm going to remove percentages of profit because I like having those for myself. I don't like per league appearance because that tends to lead to me paying more money than I want. And I'm going to do another poll. Put simply, fee ? Are we looking at just do 3 million so we can definitely get him, or try 2 million? Because whichever we go for, I feel like we have a good chance of getting this guy. He seems like a decent enough player, but I'm worried that 2 million they will start demanding more, which is a serious issue. Yeah, let's not do the sell player first. I need them to not be able to buy a player first as well. And survey says try 2 million, so I'll give 2 million a pop. It gives us 1.3 for the future. 2.2 with installments. Okay. 10 league goals will be 400k. I think that's a bargain. Although it's 6 monthly installments, which would cost 4 more than I want this season. Okay, I'll remove and exclude that. What if we go to 2.7? Interested. After 50 league appearances, they get 550k. That seems fine to me. Because he's not going to score 10 goals for me this season. He's not going to get 50 appearances for me this season. For the most part, he's going to be an under 21. Although I'm going to shrinky-dink that down a little bit. Okay. At most, he's going to cost 3.4 million. I think he's going to develop quite a lot into someone that's worth more. Slightly interested in negotiating terms, but feels like there's more appealing options elsewhere. We're going to have to get this done very, very quickly. We'll find a loan move to assist player development. I can't do that for you, bud, because we have 2 hours to sign you. Okay, yearly wage rises I do not like. I will let him have a top division promotion rise. And I'll say if he gets to 15 matches, he gets to 20,000 pounds a week. And I'll boost his base wage to like 11k. And hopefully he takes it. There we go. It's not a bad start. James Justin wants to move. James Justin's good. He's older than I thought. I thought he had more developing to do. Never mind. Right, we've got 1 hour to finish doing Wilhelmsen, which is going to have to be good. You've trained well recently. Well done, Chucks. Bill, you've not trained very well recently. Do you want a target? Fine. Be like that. He's got a work permit. Get in. 2.7 million deducted from the budget. Leaves us 600k. Which is probably fine. Maybe? Right. Anything else to be done in the last half an hour? I personally don't think so, unless someone wants to make offers for my players. Send on an intensive language course. I've completed the signing of Wilhelmsen. Was there ever a stage it looked like it might not happen? I mean, before I knew he existed, it looked like it might not happen. The nature of the transfer meant it was going to go the distance, and obviously that increased the chance of failure. And then I will, I think, look for the Wonder Kids for the next window. It's a very small budget and a very small wage budget, and next season's transfer budget is on the floor. But if I go up, that will fly up, which is very nice. You see, these are the Welsh youngsters that aren't interested in a move, which there's lots of them. But then again, the Welsh youth farm is not looking the best, so sod 'em. Be fine. So, deadline has passed. Coming in on the last day, we have Pape Matar. I'm going to specifically go to the transfers tab for this, actually. Yeah, deadline day deals include Gelhardt going out on loan, McGirt going out on loan. That was both of the players that we lost on deadline day. Firpo and Paveda went earlier, permanently, fine. Coming in on deadline day were Pape Matar and Oscar Wilhelmsen, with Sarr having a little bit of a fee attached and Wilhelmsen also having a fee, but it's fine. Also this window we have signed Cole Palmer, which I think is a good fee, 275k. We have signed Nicolas Fernandez-Macau, who is our new starting left back, has taken over from Junior Firpo. He's not got that much room to grow, as you can see up here, but that's not the biggest issue, to be honest. I've just realised that poll is still open. Let's close that. Ian Matson has also come in as a left back. Probably not going to stay permanently into next season. If we go up, it might be nice to try and sign him, but I don't know how feasible that is. And then the Matasar and Wilhelmsen signings. Wilhelmsen, I think, has potential to be very promising. He's just 19, which puts him at the same age as... He's a little bit younger than Nonto, I think, maybe. I think Nonto might be 20. But I'm going to compare him with... Gelhardt, I think, is a fair comparison. Yeah, Wilhelmsen is better aerially, he's better in attack, he's faster, a little bit worse physical and mentals, but that's fine because he's 2 years younger. Less technically good and less vision, but I think for £2 to £3 million, that is a bargain. Joffy as well. At Derby, I want to see do really well. If he doesn't, I'll be deeply upset with him. Player wage expenditure, we are third, which I don't mind. Although, fun fact, wage spending tends to correlate almost precisely with where you come in a league rather than transfer spending. Which says playoffs, which I don't want to be the case. Rotherham's wage spending is in the dirt, Jesus. Transfer window roundup. 31 players out, a lot of them young, a lot of them on loan. In winter, I think the strat might be to try and sell off the various backstabbers that left Leeds over the summer. Pape Matar, I will register, and I think we're looking good to take on Sheffield Wednesday. Adebayo set to sign for Leeds. He's a physio. He's not someone that I've just tried to accidentally sign without realising. That'd be a hell of a way to go about it, wouldn't it? Sorry, had a very, very busy day. Filmed like 4 videos. I'm trying to get a little bit of backlog going because it is wedding day next Monday, which means that next Monday I can't film or upload anything, so I'm going to get a video ready for that. Next Tuesday I can't film or upload anything because we're just having a nice chill post-weddingy day. Saturday is the Leeds match, but I think I'm watching that with my brother who is over for the wedding. I'll try and get a post-match out on the Saturday, same for the Sunday. But who knows? Birmingham's Dramé update. Dramé is not even starting for Birmingham, which is a little bit spooky. Lewis Pirrie is doing very, very well for the under-18s. At the age of 16, he is not coming on very well, and I don't know why. Why have his corners and crossing got so much worse? I know he's a centre forward, but come on. He's got a lot of football to play. Gelhardt got a 6.5 in his first appearance, which is not good, not terrible. It's sort of average, especially in a team like Derby, who I don't think are going to do too much this season. We will find out. So I got an increase in the junior coaching budget. Youth recruitment has improved. Hopefully that improves for the next season. And I've got a nice increase in next season's transfer budget. Why couldn't you give me that £8 million now? We tried so hard to get Jack Clark at the very start of this save. But no. Greenwood did alright enough. No one has really stood out in this week's fixtures. Fjölda has done very well again. How are Blackpool looking in League One? Mid-table. I would have expected a little bit better, considering Fjölda's average rating being a 7.3-ish. But apparently not. Grimsby's Jenkins update didn't do anything. Mateo Joseph has scored again. Came off at the same time as Jenkins. Darko JB didn't do much. And fitness test, Bamford isn't ready yet, but he's still getting closer, which is very, very nice. Willie Nonto remains some way short of full fitness and should be monitored. Archie Gray is capable of playing and has recently recovered from a tight thigh. That is very nice. That is my way of proving that he is probably going to play, because Pape Matar is not his replacement. So, I'm again going to ignore this, accept the opposition instructions. They're always helpful because I don't fully scout them. Got the team selection. I promised Gray that he'd get a start, so we will do that. Who's disappointed? Ampadu, that is not your position, bud. You tend to be a ball-winning midfielder. Why have you gotten worse at being a ball-winning midfielder? That's a little bit scary. £37 million player as well. Do I make you a halfback? Do I go a little bit unsynchronized? If I drop Ampadu here and I put Gray as a supporting deep-lying playmaker. Someone also suggested to play Reter as a complete forward on support because that's how he plays in reality. So I'm going to give that a go. If it doesn't work out, I'm absolutely going to blame my comments section. And you guys are my comments section, so you're going to have to make up for that. Pape Matar is the player that seems to have been left out this time round. Jaden Anthony, however, only 2.5 stars there. I'll give Cole Palmer a go, actually. Jaden Anthony will be the one that gets left out this time, with Pape Matar potentially coming on. Whether or not that happens, I cannot be 100% sure, because it depends how the match goes. But does anyone have any recommendations for changing the squad? As per, ask in the chat. I'm particularly looking at Ayling versus Spence, because Spence is available, but Ayling's had a better last 5 games. It's a tricky one, because I feel like Spence has it in him to outperform Ayling a lot of the time. Great Volante might be good. I've completely forgotten what that is. Different from the deep-lying playmaker in that their role is primarily a defensive one, best suited to being paired with an anchor. Also differs from the ball-winning midfielder in that they often run with the ball or arrive with a late run into the opposition area. I quite like attacking Secondo Volante in that case, having read it properly. I'm also going to half-back Ampadu because I feel like that works. And I am going to play Spence. I think that's a good enough side. Might swap out Clarkson for Cresswell just because I never bother with having a goalkeeper on the bench. Nonto isn't quite fit, but I don't want to drop him because he's our only striker that's on the bench after Gelhardt went out. Ailing I might even leave off the bench because Byram's there. Byram covers it. That'll do. So, lineup. Meslier, Spence, Rodon, Cooper. I'm completely fine with all that. In fact, is Strauch better than Coops? Strauch is better than Coops. And then Fernandez, Macau. Ampadu at halfback with Gray sort of by his side, sort of pushing on. Crescencio, Somerville and Palmer on the wings with Piru and Rutter, sorry. Playing that sort of rotatey number 90 hybrid thing that I quite like. Archie Gray looks like the weakest link, but he is going to develop whilst he plays in this position. Also, I'm being warned that ads may run shortly for some viewers, which I deeply apologise for. So I am going to just have a little bit of a conversation with you guys in the meantime. In fact, I'll do the ad now, so it doesn't happen later. So we can have the match completely uninterrupted. I don't want matches being broken up by ads or anything, so please stick around. It is massively appreciated. I know that viewership drops when ads happen because I completely understand. But yeah, stick with me. I'll be back shortly. And for the people that are still here, how are you? How are you enjoying your ad block? Clearly it's working very effectively because you're still hearing what I have to say. Unless it was a skippable ad, in which case that is absolutely fandabby-dozy. I can't see when the ads finish, which is a potential issue right now. And would be good to know, because if I don't know when the ads finish, I don't know when to get started with the match. So I'm going to take a very quick dive into penalties. Piru is first priority, then Rutter and Bamford. I'm going to boost Rutter up, I think, because I want him getting as many goals as he possibly can. Haven't even got an ad. I'm on mobile, if that makes any difference. I don't know if it makes a difference. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm a YouTube Premium member, so maybe that's why I'm not seeing any. That would explain it for you, Dave. I think it should be the ads done now anyway. So I'm going to get started again now. If you did have ads and it went funky for you, I deeply apologise. I've tried to make up for it. I'm going to stick with this, I think. Mine's done. Fantastic, thank you. Dave, for you, YouTube Premium users don't get ads. Instead, us streamers and YouTube people, we get what would be ad revenue paid as like a proportion of your YouTube Premium, which is very nice. And I can basically see your chunk separate to ad revenue. A squad number will need to be given to one player in the squad. Pape Matasar, I would like to give 27. I'm going to save 19 because I think Pablo's number needs to go to someone that's played a little bit special. Willie Nonto and 5 others are not happy with the team sheet, including Spence, Kamara, Piru, Fernandez, Macau, and Matson, which is weird because 3 of these are playing. Clear as mud. I'm sorry, I'm trying. Go to match. Yeah, I would show you, but I don't think I'm actually allowed to show my analytics on stream, which I accidentally did once, and I immediately deleted the VOD because I do not want to get demonetized for accidentally ruining all my data. This is a match we should be winning. Make sure we do. I am going to pump my fists and say I've got faith in them. And I'm going to pump my fists and say that I expect the midfield to do well. And because that hasn't worked, I'm going to outstretch my arms and say I want to see more from the rest of you. And that'll do. Match preview, Leeds versus Sheffield Wednesday. Here we go. Not quite yet. There has been one more graphic than I expected there to be. Whoopsie daisy. Didn't mean to punch the microphone. Sometimes I forget that it's that close. I'm going to go to extended highlights, actually, and I am going to encourage the side. Right, Jed Spence takes a throw-in short to Piru, who finds Spence again. Now to Rodon. Are we going to create these nice little triangles, or are we just going to play it to Stroke? That's completely fine by me. Archie Gray dinks it to Piru, doesn't make it, but Ampadu's there. Somerville, whose finishing is not quite as good in real life, it seems. But RXG is just flying up. I don't think the quality of the chances are there. That's why we're not getting many highlights. Pascal Strouk now. Short ball to Fernandez Macau, who's gotten booked already. We might have to bring Matson on later. Strouk plays it short to Gray, finds Piru. Ruter's made a run, but is he found? No, gives it to Somerville. Stop just shooting from everywhere. Right, is it the short corner? No. Is it the near post? Probably. Is Rodon on the end of it? Not this time. DRB is. Another corner. Right, the dream is score from this corner and we can just keep attacking. Gray to Johnson. Doesn't work out, but Rodon. Fernandez has another go. Second best goal in the championship last month, having a go from there. I'm not going to complain if he keeps on trying. Archie Gray now. Another near post corner. It's not picked up. That near post thing is not working for us in this match, which could be annoying. Fernandez Macau to Strouk. Ampadu to Rodon. Rodon finds Gray. Finds Piro, who shoots and is saved. Bugger. Right, Gray again. Probably near post. Rodon! That's what we're looking for every single time with that set piece routine. It is near post, it's find a centre back, typically Rodon or Strouk. Rodon scored 3 goals, and I think they've all been the exact same way. I am going to absolutely praise the team after that one. Barry Bannon. Easy to forget that you exist. Into the middle. Ampadu, good head, but Windass and Ritchie, good catch by Melier. That was a terrifying moment, but it was well dealt with. Their best chance so far. Piru, short free kick to Fernandez. For some reason, Piru is taking it to the wing, but he puts it in for Palmer, and Gray, it's a penalty. I think it's a penalty for Ruter, and I'm going to start playing for set pieces, and it's a red card! We're against 10-man Sheffield Wednesday, and Ruter makes it 2-0. Very nice for 23 minutes. Strouk and Fernandez Macau being on bookings is a little bit terrifying. That spooks me. 2 yellow cards in a match where there's been a sending off isn't something that I want to have to deal with. I want to bait them into more cards though, and they've lost Ritchie to injury. They are really starting to feel the pressure, I think. So, important question for chat in this case is, I'm going to praise the team as well. Do we want to keep playing incredibly attacking, aggressive football? Do we want the defenders to just keep Fernandez? Come on. Oh, every time he has the ball outside the box, I think something's going to happen. Do we want to play this very, very aggressive style, including in defence, or do we want to keep Fernandez, Macau, and Strouk safe? Piru hits the bar, out for a throw-in. Piru is going to score these at some point, and it's going to feel very, very nice. Throw-in for Fernandez, who finds Piru. Ruter comes across the box. Ampadu, Spence now, he's going to shoot, and it's going to get deflected, and it's going to be a save. Dawson has had a hell of a match. He's only on a 6.9 because he's conceded twice, but Dawson's been very good. So, I'm going to pop a poll in the chat then. Ask a very quick question. What do? Safe defensively or stay aggressive? Because at some point I think Ian Matson's going to come on anyway. That's something that I'm going to do because I think if we go up, Ian Matson is someone that we might be able to sign. However, it's a question of do we make the changes at half time or do we wait? Because if I have a quick look at tactics and subs, Ampadu to centre back and give Sarah debut Matson for Macau. Okay, I quite like that idea. It's a very fun thought. Stay aggressive. Fair enough. I quite like that. But does stay aggressive mean do the subs? Because I want to make the changes. They're definitely there to be made and it would make sense. I'll give it till 60 minutes. I want to stay a little bit more solid for a while. I don't want to concede to Sheffield Wednesday. But chat's saying do the subs. So I'm listening to chat. Chat is wise. Ampadu goes to centre back. Macau comes off for Byram. No, he doesn't, for Matson. And Pape Matsar on for Pascal Stroke. Not, well, sort of Pascal Stroke. Basically for Ampadu. And I'm going to push on a little bit. Gray, I sort of like as a ball winner. Because he's been pretty effective so far. And Sarr as an advanced playmaker. Sarr, I think, is a very, very good playmaker. He's someone that we can trust in there. And it doesn't take up one of our stoppages, so I think we commit to that. I also think I've got something in my eye. Oh. Somerville is complacent, which means he probably won't do very much later on in the match, but I am just going to take him off for Nonto if he keeps being like that. Happy with the number of shots so far. I am happy with the defence. You've bossed the midfield. And I'm happy with the attacking in the final third. The more we can keep up this level of quality, the better. This is where we concede immediately at half-time, isn't it? Like, I don't want to go very attacking because I know that that is when the issue of 10 men OP kicks in. Good head from Rodon. And we get absolutely broken down by the fact that we've overexerted ourselves. All right, shouts. Let's encourage. That was the wrong one. I meant praise. And now our team is going to be pissed off. And if they score here, that is completely my fault. Palmer to Matson. It's a nice little lone pairing down here. They're both from Chelsea as well. Ethan Ampadu is just vibing on the ball a little bit. Can do anything. Matson to Piru. Piru plays the ball through for Rutter. That is delicious. And Dawson's done ridiculously well there. That through ball was very nice. Right, Palmer now. Goes short to Rutter. Rutter finds Gray. Gray is being very tricky, but he's not doing anything yet. Okay, I'm not going to question that. I mean, we've kept the ball, and that's fine. That's what counts. All right, 62, 63 minutes. Might make subs on 70. Depending on how we're looking, just keep everyone fresh. Matson to Piru at the back post. Look, it's a corner routine that keeps the ball. And the stats are bonkers. We've got more goals coming here. Somerville. We'll call that across. Gives it to Matson. Matson to Gray. Sarr shoots. It doesn't work out. Bugger. I think Matson's been injured. And they are now playing with one player up top, so we might be fine. We'll see. Somerville is still complacent, and as promised, Nonto is going to come on. I want to see Rutter on the wing, because I know that he can do that. And I'm going to switch Nonto to a straight-up striker. I've just realised it's still playing in the background, and I'm going to stop that. Matson is apparently having a bit of a stinker on a 6.5. But I can't really take him off because that is horrifically rude. Do we make any other changes? Who isn't looking super fit at the moment? Archie Gray's got the lowest fitness and has played well. I might bring on Gruev. I'll bring on Gruev for Gray. And do we save the last substitution just in case? We save the last change, I think. In case anyone gets injured or tired, then we can make one more swap. I think the best thing about my squad at the moment is it's very, very flexible. Piru shoots into the wall. Why is Piru on free kicks? Why is he our best free kick taker? I don't understand it. I love that every time you get a corner and you do subs, you just lose the highlight, as if nothing's going to happen there. Right, Nonto on the corner. It's going to go near post. It's going to go to Rodon again. Rodon at that near post is dangerous. He's going to score so many headers this season. Dominic Iorfa. Is it Dominic Iorfa? Might be. Delgado plays the long ball down the wing to Roland, who is completely on his own. Just kick him. Don't concede. Don't. Right, okay, we're fine. I think we've gotten away with that one. Right, now. Barry Bannon. Where's he going to put this? I think near post. Far post. Amelia gets there very, very well. That was a long chase, but he got there first. Gurev to Sar. Sar, is he going to shoot again? No, he's going to play it back to Ampadu. Cole Palmer now. Cuts inside. Rutte! Good save by Dawson. Dawson is so good so far. I don't understand how he's this effective. Right, Nonto. Come on, let's get something. Let's get a third. Palmer deals with it. I think Nonto's offside there. Yeah, Wednesday free kick. 86, 87. Come on, let's get another one. Spence to Rutte. Finds Sar. Nonto. That is a nice bit of passing. Nonto shoots. 3-0. And that's Nonto's first of the season. That is a wonderful start for Willie. I'm quite happy with that. Let's not make the final change. It's fine. No one is excessively tired. They're just base match tired. Matson got booked despite coming on because someone got booked, which is really, really smart of him. Yeah, good start. 3-0. I'm going to go to the end of the international break. I can be around for another half hour or so, so if I've got time after the international break, I will do another match. Still undefeated in the league. Goal difference of 10 from 5. That is a very, very good start to the season. Sar makes his Leeds debut. Very nice. How did he perform? A 6.8. That's not the worst. Issue is he's not the kind of player that we'd be able to sign permanently, I don't think. Because he looks like a very, very expensive boy. White's fans want permanent deal struck for Rodon. Do we? How much would he cost? More than I want to pay. But in all seriousness, if I can sell off the players I don't really want, that'd work. I'm really pleased with how you played the last match and that you scored to keep up the good work. Reimer keen to keep moving on up. He's my assistant manager. Is he a good assistant manager or do I just have him? Yeah, he's good enough. Player of the Week news was Alex Bangura, who got a 9.6. Jesus. It's impressive. We did battle them, and I am very, very proud that we battered them. Absolutely no complaints about the side there. Recent form analysis says that we are quite good at football, basically. International break is always incredibly long as well. But we are going to try and absolutely plough through it. I'm not going to holiday through it just because that feels a bit like cheesing it. I'm going to nip to the inbox though, and I am going to make this week. Might get him on loan again, to be fair. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I can't see them deciding to just keep Rodon. Training style. I want to go physical. I want to work everyone to death. But instead I'll go technical. I will do it this once. Because I feel like in terms of technical skills, our team is very, very good. And if we can keep that up, we're doing well. Rasmus Christensen scored in a defeat against Inter. Don't hugely care. Sort of want him sold anyway, but he's doing quite well over there, so it might be for our benefit. Marechal, our set-piece coach, has not been hired. even though it said I would probably be able to sign him, but that's okay. Loan stats summary. Who's our best loanee at the moment? Rasmus Christensen. Jesus. Greenwood's up there. Cox up there. Sinisterra's not done much. How are Bournemouth doing? 7th. How were they 7th? Frustratingly good. Again, long day. Sorry about that. Rodon's in the team of the week. I'm surprised their goalkeeper wasn't. Nicholas Fernandez Macau is happy with his path to becoming an important player. Which, I mean, I'm proud of him. He's doing alright. He's doing well enough. 11 things in the inbox. Because, yeah, League 1 and 2 are still playing. Has anyone done especially well for Hjelde? Again, Hjelde is absolutely rocking it right now. And we have a 7 for Chris Moore. That's not too bad. Miller's alright. Darko JB, again, just sort of average. Cree wants a contract. Do we have much money for a Crescencio Somerville contract? I'll give it a discussion. Let's have a chat. Do you have any concerns? My contract is no longer appropriate for a player of my standing. I want to talk about a new deal. Right. Okay. That's scary. Because, can I set you a target? We're well past the point I have anything to prove. Cree, did you do anything last match? I mean, I'll offer you a new contract because you're a valuable player. Not because you deserve it, though. 7.06. Alright, fine. Maybe I was a bit harsh. I'll discuss a new contract. Keen on renewing 36 to 44k with a release clause of £46 million for higher division clubs, which effectively becomes invalidated if we get promoted, which I don't mind. We can sell him for 46 million. Yes, fine enough. Big concern would be, why is his promotion wage rise 82%? That's such a weird figure. I'm not going to give him a promotion wage rise. Can I make you a regular starter? I can. Fandabidosi. Once the release clause, I do not mind that too much. Landmark assist bonus is fine. I don't think he's going to play internationally, so that's not a problem. I want to get rid of these wage rises. And I'll offer him a flat 40. Do we have a flat 40? Is a good question. Let's just do this a little bit. We don't have 40. Definitely don't have 46. How about 43? Hey, that'll do. That could cause issues with the wage budget, but we move. We desperately hope that it doesn't. Ongoing focus. Is this? Yeah, it's just UK and Ireland, not the Wonder Kids one. Available first team players for the under 21s. I am going to say everyone is available until they are match fit. Especially Bamford, because he needs minutes. The more match fit we can get all of our players, the better. And that means playing in youth matches. No one's especially shone there. I don't know why it was telling me about Agbaji, because I have no idea who he is. Right. Leeds under 21s win as Bate impresses. Why is Lewis Bate the best player in that team? Why is Bamford re-injured? How long? Tight hamstring, 1 to 3 days. Okay, I can do 1 to 3 days. A 1 to 3 day injury is not an issue for us. And it looks like we'll be able to get to Millwall in time for me to play that today. And then in the next stream, we'll do a little bit more. I don't know exactly when that is yet. It might be I don't know. I'm weighing up between sort of evenings and daytime. It's quite difficult to decide. Leeds under 18s draw against Man United under 18s. It's fine enough. I don't mind a 2-2. Jack Jenkins got a 6.3 again. JB scored twice somehow in a 4-4 draw. Okay. Van den Heuvel got battered against Wrexham, but that's sort of what happens in League 2. What's League 2 looking like? Sensible, I think. Ongoing focus update, that's just across Europe. That's not really a problem. And continue. International roundup. Gruev got an assist. I forgot he existed. How much is he worth? 6 to 8 million. Don't get me wrong. I like him. And he's been alright. But I think there's an argument to sell Gruev. Maybe in the summer. Maybe at Christmas. I don't think we have to keep him. Alright, international roundup. Matson got an assist, but it was against Gibraltar. I don't think it counts. Fortnightly staff meeting, let's attend. Shaq struggles with strength and jumping, so let's do a training program. Let's just accept these suggestions. Why would I transfer list Archie Gray? Why is he unwilling to renew his contract? Oh dear. Okay. I don't have a potential extension either. I don't think we're paying Gray enough, to be clear. I think we're approaching child slavery levels here. But, alright, he's unhappy at the club. Why is he unhappy at the club? His dynamics are quite good. What doesn't he like? Oh, he's worried about Matassar. Which means he is going to have to play, like, all of the football. And I'm going to have to make him much happier than he is right now. What can I do? I'm going to praise his recent form, I think. Anything I can do to improve Archie Gray's mood is going to be very important here. I am going to list Shackleton, because Shackleton is intent on running down his contract. Despite the fact I tried to get rid of him recently, Nick Hammond will probably need replacing, to be honest. Can I just get him as a technical director? Because his analysing data is awful. Right, move on. Archie Gray is not getting transfer listed. I'm not going to do anything that might make Archie Gray unhappy, because that would be a bad idea. People seem happy with training. Bamford's got on worse because he's been injured. Ampadu's improved. Your very personable nature has helped build decent relationships with players who are giving you their support as a result. Why, thank you, Eddie Reiner. Important player, maybe. See, I don't know whether it's a good idea to up his responsibilities right now. For now, I'm going to make sure he keeps his regular starter and deals with the Matassar worries. Because I do not want to, like, risk annoying him. He's someone I want for years to come. All of the departments are full, so I'm not going to replace anybody. Chose to attend the meeting. Yes, I did. Yeah, I don't... Right, happy with his contract. That's all well and good. Release clause that expires in 3 years. So hopefully we go up this season. I'm not worried in the slightest. It was put there on purpose. What does the wage budget look like? Negative. Okay, let's fix you. There we go. We are very low on cash. Max Dean's sell-on clause is worth bugger all, but I don't think they're going to sell him. So let's cash in on that. Yeah, the money's not good. The money is spooky. And I love that the teams thing keeps popping up. I've still not worked out how to fix you. But that's fine. It happens. We'll get as far as Millwall. We'll play Millwall. We'll beat Millwall. We'll be all well and good. Retention, distribution. Montero did well. Greenwood scored twice against Denmark. That's very nice. Strauch has played for Belgium. Leighton Brown, I don't know who you are, but you've injured yourself. Fernandez Macau is very happy. And Ampadu has gotten injured on international duty. That is a potential problem for me. Darlow resumes training, not a problem. And these centre-backs are not good enough, I don't think. Available first-team players for the under-21s match. I'm going to keep Bamford in this rather than playing for the first team because I want to improve the fitness of these players. And now Coops is out, but that's okay. That just means Pascal is going to play more football. Go away. Harry Darling is back. I will have a look at that in a little bit more detail later on. Right, Millwall in 16th, very beatable. Haha, beating Hertha Berlin's under-21s, very nice. With a goal from Keenan Carroll, which is a banging start. We're the favourites for the Millwall clash. I'm not going to use that suggested squad because I don't know how I feel about Shaq's playing there. But that tells me that Ampadu might not be fit, which is a little bit terrifying. McAllister highlights Bradshaw danger. Moving on, do not particularly care for all that. Reimer confident after the international break. Hull versus Coventry, not really paying attention to that one. Presumably we want Hull to win, but who knows. Lewis Bay again. Having a banger match. Might need calling up. Because he's ripping up the 21s. And if he keeps doing that, then it's going to be really, really hard to get rid. Hull have beaten Coventry, which takes me by surprise a little bit. Especially at 3-0. But we are about to move on to play against Millwall. Board and supporters both expecting a victory, which is absolutely fair enough. I would expect a victory as well. Leeds under-18 struggle as Chadwick impresses. Fitness test. I'm going to double check that actually. Need to monitor Ampadu, so he's likely not going to be able to play. Same for Bamford. Darlow is fit, but Darlow is not going to start. Why is that still doing notifications when I have specifically said to not? Let's hide that. And close you. Right. So, what do we do with the squad? I'll quick pick, see what it says, and then work around that. Shackleton there does not work for me. Has to be Archie Gray, he's been promised the minutes. Ampadu isn't fit enough to play. Kamara is probably the right shout there. Issue is a lot of these players play international football as well, which 2-0. Okay, fair enough, yeah. On the subject of Lewis Bay, I am going to not call you up to the first team because you are tired from playing in the 21s, but I will keep you in mind for the future. Nonto, I think, needs to play here. I'll start him over Jaden Anthony. Rodon is a little bit tired from his time with Wales. High susceptibility for injury as well. And everything I've done so far this season has been about keeping everyone fit. Let's play Spence. Keep Ayling on the bench as a backup centre-back. And you know what? I want to give Cresswell some minutes as well. There's no way around this piss off midfield that keeps everyone in the position I want them. Unless Gruev can do a better job there than Kamara can. He can. Fantastic. Right, Kamara, you're in. To the bench instead of Ethan Ampadu, because I don't want to risk Ampadu's fitness. He is a key part of how we play. Somerville, I'm going to make you an attacking winger, I think, just to change things up a little bit. Piru and Palmer. Where's Ruter gone? Where is my Ruter? The guy with 6 goals this season is not that droppable, Cole. Although, could do that. Play him out on the left. We'll bring none to one. I think that's the way that we do things. So submit the team. Matchday squad must have no more than 5 lone players. Okay. Shack's in for Rodon. Feels like the right shout. I think. Captain hasn't been selected. Cresswell will take the armband. Rodon, you've been left out because you're exhausted. Let me off. I'm allowed this time. Always mark Zion Fleming. Let's do that. I absolutely trust that bit of advice. Got faith in the defenders, got faith in the midfield, and faith in the attack. Now, pre-match. They're matching up with a 4-2-3-1 as well, which is hopefully not a problem. But we'll find out. Right, Peru kicks us off. Gives it to Palmer, passes to Gray. Charlie Cresswell finds a nice clever ball to Palmer. Now Gruev and Somerville, who loses it immediately. Starting to think that new contract on Somerville might have been a bad idea. Right, come on, Jed. Finds Gruev. Cresswell now to Peru. Decent ball to Somerville. Can he finish? Never mind. Somerville is worth all of the money that I might possibly give him, including that 47k a week. 47? 40? Yeah, it was 40, wasn't it? 43, maybe. Oh, don't. Mitchell. Ready to take a corner. Floats it to the back post. Good stop by Melier. Manages to get there just about. And Southampton are playing Leicester, which is absolutely perfect if they can take points off each other. Mitchell again. Far post again. Cresswell deals with it. Behind the goal. Again. Another corner. Not what we wanted to deal with. Mitchell again. Takes the corner. What's the betting? It's at the far post. There we go. It's dealt with better this time. Antuiagi dealt with Hutchinson, pressed. McNamara presumably gives the ball away. Now we have a free kick. Matson gives it to Gruev. He doesn't. Peru to Somerville. Just square it. You've got so many players in the box. Or shoot. Did not need to do that. Bipolar Joe Mark II. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. To be fair, at that point, he wasn't proving he was worth the wage that he picked up. And then he scored. Eventually, look, it's not me being inconsistent, it's him. Stroke to Palmer. Palmer, is he going to shoot? He is, and he's going to put it past Sarkic for 2-0. 12 minutes 20 gone, and we're sort of blowing Millwall away a little bit. Now, this is the one where we're going to have to make a lot of subs, and we're going to have to be very, very careful with all of our players. I'm also going to praise them because they're doing very well so far. But we're going to have to be clever about this. Because Gruev is already quite low on fitness. It's going to be a big rotation job. You can't just sort of throw players in willy-nilly and make your mistakes. Strout now to Matson. Matson, is he going to play it down the line? Yes, to Rutter, who found Strouk. Switch it. Never mind. Cresswell to Peru. Peru finds Palmer. Somerville is on the overlap. Very nice move. Can't finish. But it was a good effort. Nice idea. I think we play for set pieces again because we're quite good at them. I'm not going to do any motivational instructions right now, though. Peru to Gray. Gray puts it inside for Rutter, who shoots and does not finish. There's more goals. There's a lot more goals coming. Gruev also has a yellow card now, so he's feeling like a relatively early substitution. Right, long ball. Peru picks it up to Gray-ish, to Rutter. Don't know what happened there, but Rutter now has the ball on the wing. Is he going to square it? Nope. Clever ball to Matson. Gray, shoot. Oh. I really want Gray to do incredibly well and be very, very happy at Leeds so I can extend his contract. My guy, I want to give you money. Right, Cole Palmer takes the ball very far backwards. Stroke now to Rutter, who dinks it to the back post. Oh, that could have been a goal. That should have been a goal. That was nice chance creation there from Rutter. Right, Palmer puts it into the middle, near post. I've got no idea what happened there. I'm guessing it was a stroke header that went at the speed of sound. Not in the net, though. Jed Spence finds Palmer. Back to Spence. We really need to press Sarkic there. Puts it long to Matson. Good touch. Rutter picks it up now. To Gray, who's not making the run. Good press on Sarkic, though. Force the fast ball. Force the mistake. Groove picks it up. Spence now. Is he going to cut it inside? Sort of, to Somerville. Who... I don't know if that was a shot or a cross, but it hit the post. It came out to Piru, who then proceeded to score 3-0. Things just get better. Somerville is irritatingly proving me wrong, because I think he got the assist on that one. It wasn't given, but I want to give him the credit for it. And yeah, 3-0, half-time. Not bad. It's got to be Gruev subbed. He's feeling complacent and he's booked. Let's be sensible. Let's bring on Shax. And move these players up a little bit. Shackleton is very good at playing box-to-box. Gray. Maybe ball winner. Ball winning midfielder on support field right. Now, I sort of want to get Rutter a goal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to return these to their normal position, stick Cole Palmer out on the wing, and hope it works. If it doesn't, it's fine. It's not a problem. Right, to the dressing room. I'm very happy with the number of shots. Gruev is still complacent, but he's not on the pitch, so it isn't a problem. Amari Hutchinson very gently rolls the ball up the pitch, but it doesn't work out. Cole Palmer presses. Is he going to put the ball into the middle? No. Good challenge by McNamara. Annoying challenge by McNamara. We're doing a useful job in a tackle, but need to cut out the fouls. Do you know who we are? We're tackling hard on purpose. Palmer into Rutter. He's got space to shoot, but he gives it to Shax, who has a dig. Not a bad shot. It was a good idea. It didn't pay off, but I like it. A little bit of moxie, a little bit of chutzpah. Rutter now is challenged by Longman, but he cuts back in a little bit, chasing in. Antuiagi. Where's he going? Gives it to Mitchell. Longman. Everyone's appealing for offside, but it's not been given. I think we're lucky for that to not be a goal. I think we've gotten away with that one. Right, Cole Palmer pushes on. Shackleton finds Somerville. Somerville, he's going to play the ball in. No. Oh, we keep going backwards. Right, Matson now. Where are you going? You're shooting narrowly over the bar. Half time, 2-0 for the under-21s versus Hertha. Very nice. I'm not going to remove that team instruction game. No matter how many times you tell me, we are just going to keep doing it. I would like to see us score another goal, though. 70 minutes, I'll make some more changes too, for the sake of fitness. Archie Gray finds Peru, who I thought was fouled, but Palmer picks it up. Is he going to shoot or play it backwards? Shoots, wins us the corner. In 6,000 words or less, please explain why Peru is at 10. I would argue that Peru is not at 10. Piru and Rutter play as dual hybrid 9/10s, where they're both given the license to play as a 10, and they're both given license to drop him. It sort of looks like Piru is a 10 because he arrives really, really late into the box in attacking moves, but that's not him playing as a 10. That's just him playing in that position. It's not 6,000. Oh! Oh, Cree. And it's a very nice assist from Gray as well. Yeah, that's not 6,000 words, and it's not why Piru is a 10. But that's because Piru isn't a 10. Tactics and subs. Gray has just gotten that banger assist, but I really need to look after him. So Sarr can come on. Who else is looking tired? Cole Palmer, but I'm not too bothered about him. Charlie Crosswell's just not had a very good match. But my choices are Byram and Ayling. I'll try Ayling out. Why not? And then whoever gets tired fully next will claim another sub spot. Archie Gray. I'll give you 5 out of 6 marks. Hold on. Shax shoots! Oh, I don't even know who got the assist. Was that a Gray assist again? I'll give you 5 out of 6 marks. For full marks, you could say, because I've won the league before. What do you know? I mean, you're right. It was another Gray assist. Why is Gray so good? And why will he not sign another contract with me? Right, Sarr dinks it over the top. Somerville picks it up. Is he going to put it into the middle, or is he going to faff with it a bit? Puts it in a little bit. Palmer. Strauch shoots. Why did Strauch shoot? Pascal. Come on. That's not what you do. Longman. Strauch. Right, 87 minutes. I'm going to do some more subs now. It looks like Palmer's a little bit more tired than he was earlier, so I will give him a break. Bringing Dan James on. Is Sarr struggling to meet the pace of the match? Ayling would have preferred to stay on the bench. Well, I might just sell you because of that comment. Right, let's bring on Matson as well. No, Matson, Fernandez. Bring off Matson, sorry. Enjoyed the stream. We'll catch you soon. Keep smashing out the content. Big love, Joe. Thank you very much, Russ. I'm finishing in a couple of minutes anyway, but yeah, it's good to have you. Oh, Jed Wallace. Very nasty. That's a red. Always a red. I want to make it 6. I want to just keep hammering them. It's not going to happen. I don't think we got the time. I'm going to try and go very attacking in the hopes that it creates a chance for return. This is going near post. And currently, because Rodon isn't on the pitch, Ayling is our near post. Bloody hell. Shax on the score sheet. HMS Pistol League has well and truly set sail. There we go. I mean, Shax, who we nearly sold on deadline day. Archie could be a top 20 world midfielder in this game. Or I'd argue that he already is. Why not? Let's commit to it. Right. So, nice 5-0 win over Millwall, who had basically no chances. Nice work, everyone. That was good. Return. Maybe score goals. I quite like it when you do that, to be honest. And continue. And that is us continuing unbeaten. Southampton managed to win again in the 86th minute, so we're still not top of the table. But we'll get there. We will get there. JB update did okay enough for Hilda. Okay, so I'm closing the stream in a minute. What I'm going to do, because it's suggesting the whole ad thing again, I'm going to run one more ad just so it doesn't do it at a stupid time when I'm doing the outro. I'm going to do some admin stuff just before I do that. So inserting an ad now. Please stick through it if you are someone that sees ads. It's always much appreciated. And shout at me when you are back from them. Cheers. So I'm running that right now. Jack Jenkins did not do very well against Grimsby, and neither did Mateo Joseph. Both. It's not very good. Sean McGurk also did badly. Van den Heuvel did a 6.6, which is sort of average. Gelhart's done nothing on loan for Derby. Drame barely gets on the pitch. Greenwood, however, has performed really well, which is why it's really annoying that he has a clause for £1.5 million with Millwall. Victor Orta, you absolute bastard. You were superb in front of goal last time out. Fantastic. Yeah, I'm going to go forward to the start of the whole match. And we will work from there, I think. Reimer delighted with the big victory. And, yeah. Honestly, as streams go, we got a good few players in. Not the sales that I expected to happen. I thought there'd be a little bit more interest in the likes of Crescencio Somerville, but that's going to happen sometimes. You're not going to sell the players that have reportedly lots of interest in them. Rutter is being sniffed around like nobody's business. Sort of irritating, but it's fine. Max Prestridge to study for coaching qualifications. I don't know who that is, so sure, why not? Didn't see an ad. Well, that's because you got ad block. Sellout expected for the Leeds match. I would hope so. You are Hull. You have nothing else to live for. Strachan sings Piru's praises. Absolutely. He is incredible so far this season. That'll do for the team of the week. Rima has confidence in Piru. Player targets and promises update. Oh, piss. I played Fernandez, didn't I? Also, Archie Gray, 4 assists so far. Very nice. Yeah, I played Fernandez when we were already on track for a clean sheet, which isn't good. Oh no. Alright, let's get the reports in for these matches before we move on to Hull. Bamford resumes training. Finally, he might be back. And we are at the next batch of matches. And at that point, I am going to save game. And I'm going to head off, I think. So, thank you everyone for popping into the stream. It's always much appreciated. If you could drop a like, that would be absolutely fantastic. It helps it get recommended to the next person that watches. And if you could just spam a comment, that would be absolutely wonderful. I'll be streaming again in the next few days. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Memberships are still available, so if you are able to offer a couple of quid, that'd be massively appreciated, just so we can get those up and running properly. And yeah, thank you for giving me your time this evening. It's always massively appreciated. I love doing this, and I want to keep it up, so the more viewers I get, the better. And I will see you next time. If I can find the end stream button. There it is. See you later.